I'm really annoyed at myself. I had a unbelievable week until Friday, and I fell back into some really destructive ways with my trading. I think I was up about maybe 14% or so, maybe even higher, maybe 18%. I can't remember off the top of my head. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I overtraded on Friday. I took too many positions because I was very close to passing a challenge. And when the positions were in profit, where I'd normally take profit out of the marketplace, I held past the numbers that I should have done. And I paid the price for it. I took 3 trades, all of which went to my profit target, and I didn't take enough profit off any of them. And it ended up in me going from what could have been a 6% day to a minus 4% day. Worst of all, I was doing a battle series with a couple of trader friends of mine, and I was trading an FTMO trial at some pretty high risk numbers, kind of double my normal, 2.5 times my normal trade. 2.5 times my normal trade risk profile, and I ended up blowing that trial. Now, luckily, it was just a trial, but it's really frustrating, and I think it's really humbling that anybody, no matter how experienced you are, can make these same mistakes. So I'm going to talk you through the accounts today. I'm going to show you the trade, show you how well it was going, how bad it went. And this is for me as much as it is for you, to show you what a professional trader can still do, and to show me about how stupidity can actually cost you a lot of money. So I'm going to talk you through the trading profiles first. I'm going to show you each account. I'm going to show you the growth and the drop. And then I'm going to show you the trades that I actually took, how I took them, how I lost them, and how I should have taken them in order to prevent this from happening. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Czech. I'm a fully funded Forex trader. I'm on a journey to teach as many of you how to trade for free, ultimately. And as a thank you for all of my amazing knowledge and all of my amazing free education, all I ask you is that you subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Instagram at StrongMoneyForex. I really appreciate the help and support. Thank you. Right, okay, so this is my City Traders Imperium account. This is kind of the running account. It's been going for 14 days, and I was this close to hitting the target, as you can see. So right about here, if I just go to the balance sheet, right about here, my balance was at 6%, and my equity was at about 8%. Now this was on 1 a.m. by the looks of it. Yeah, this is 1 a.m. on November the 3rd, so this is Friday. So we were very, very close ultimately to passing. We had a bit of a dip off in the early phases, just due to a couple of issues with my setups, and we kind of came back up quite confidently to a balance of about 6%, 6.5%, yeah, about 6% in total, which was, pretty fantastic. Now this was, from my lowest point was minus 5 up to 6. So we'd done about 11% on the account in a week, which is pretty impressive. I do trade quite high risk sometimes, so I can have some big drops and ultimately some big wins as well. Now we're still in profit. Ultimately, we are still in profit by about 1.5%. But we lost. What were we? Yeah, so we were balance of 6% here. We dropped, a solid kind of 4%, maybe a little bit more. So it was a really, really tough pill to swallow. And I'm going to talk you through the trades and how it worked. What's even more frustrating is how well my high risk account was doing. So we started off with basically no losses. We went into a minus kind of 2 grand, so minus 1%. And then we had a phenomenal week up to about 35 grand in profit. This was all wins. So from 0 to 35k, we're looking at about 15, 16, 17.5%, which is, phenomenal. One of my best weeks ever. And I'm really frustrated that we then dropped from, we dropped about 20 grand or so, or 15 grand, which is about 7%. It's, like I said, it's a high risk account. The frustrating thing is that it's then failed my challenge. Okay, I had hit the criteria effectively on day 2, which is fantastic. Sadly, the maximum daily loss has been invalidated, and the trade account has been blown effectively. But it just shows that it doesn't matter how good you are at trading, how successful you are at trading, how this can whack you. You can see here, we had passed it. We started it on the 30th. We passed it on the 31st. So we passed the account. We got the 10 grand profit target. We passed the account by, the second day. It was really, really frustrating loss for me. And it's quite humbling because I felt like I was past these kind of blips. But when you have winning streaks, I genuinely believe your winning streaks are the most damaging thing to your trading mindset. Winning and winning and winning gives you what I call the Mario star effect, where you have, the invincibility star that you get in Mario. And that's what happened. All my trades played out fantastically in the week, and they failed on Friday. And they are so frustrating. Let me talk you through what happened. So we'd had a really good week so far. We'd taken a short there, lost there, but it had all been working out really, really well. And we came into this range and we rejected it really nicely. So that's range liquidity, as you know. We rejected it really, really nicely. And, we had a fantastic trade. We were down to kind of 4R there. We took out some profits at the trap, and we held down a little bit further. And around kind of London close, around 5 o'clock, we should have taken some profit out. Sadly, we didn't. We re-entered the marketplace here, and ultimately I was expecting this to drop lower. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for a drop lower. And we did get a bit of a setup here. And there was 2% sitting in the marketplace, and I left it on the table expecting us to get this bigger move down. It didn't happen. Ended up on this trade, I think maybe around break even. So we then saw that price had kind of broken past this liquidity point. We were kind of moving quite comfortably up. We had a big push up, little retracement, then we were kind of breaking structures bullish again. And I knew that really if we were going to reverse, we were probably going to reverse one of these areas. So I was happy to take a bit of a trade. We had news coming into the marketplace. So I took this trade off around here. Came out with about 1R. As you can see, the news was fantastic and it pushed us all the way up past this daily liquidity point, and I didn't end up getting anything out of that trade. Very frustrating. The last trade that I took was a really clean setup, to be fair. So if I just zoom out and show you why I took it, okay? We were in this kind of higher time frame range, which is a really valid range, for us to be looking at. We had a liquidity level here that, as you can see, price had kind of tagged into, and then the second news event of the day had given us a really clear setup. So again, we had a big spike, raid and liquidity, we had our MSU setup, and we get entered into it. Now around here, I was holding about 1%, 2% on my trades, and I was chasing what I expected price to drop down here, and ultimately didn't happen. And as you can see, it reversed and took me out for a loss. Now all of these trades, this one here, this extra one here that you can't see, but it was taken like that, okay? All of these trades were perfectly valid trades, but I was greedy. I was chasing my account win. I was 6% up on an account, and I wanted to get my profits out, and I overtraded. I took too many trades, and I fell foul to it. And it's a real clear lesson on humility and making sure that it doesn't matter how far you've come in your trading journey, that you stick to your rules. If there's 2% on the table, take 80% of it off. It's a no-brainer. Now, just stepping out a little bit. Okay, now we've analysed these. If I clear my charts ready for next week and I remove everything off here, okay, what's actually happening in the marketplace right now? Let's have a look. So, if we have a look at our daily chart, okay, let's have a look at what's going on. We've got, let's start with the weekly actually, okay. We've got our weekly level there that was swept. That's really significant. That's a dead weekly level. We had another weekly level there that's now been swept. It's a dead weekly level. I'm going to remove these alerts. We don't need those anymore. Get rid of that one. And we'll get rid of that one. Okay. Drop down to the daily time frame. What have we got here? Well, we've got a daily level that's been unbroken at this stage. So we'll put that down as a daily level. But we had multiple daily levels here and here that were, you know, low-hanging fruit. Ultimately, they are key areas that we could be looking at trades to be taken out from. And if you look at this kind of structure, even on this time frame, break a structure here, break a structure here, okay. This is technically, we've got a double breaker structure. This is a bullish market. Doesn't care what's happening here. The most recent structure tells us that we are in bullish pricing. And I should have trusted that we were in bullish pricing. And I should have been expecting a bullish move. If I look at the most recent range that we're trading from, if I take this 4-hour range, so we've got this push down, push up, okay? And I mark this range on from here, which is the lowest low, to here, the highest high. What do we have in that range? Well, let's just mark it all on. We've got here our external liquidity. That's our external. We've got here our other external liquidity, which lines up with a weekly level. That's a beautiful area that we should be expecting, because we're bullish, we should be expecting that level to be swept. And then just sat just below it, as you can see here. Just there. You see it clear on the daily time frame. Got here swing low, which is our range liquidity, which was clearly swept and rejected. So now when you take the chart and you look at this, what have we got here? Well, we've got a bullish range that we can clearly see. We've got range liquidity that was swept, caused a reaction, and then we had another internal push down. Now in turn, this level here, where this range liquidity is lying, it became a weekly level. That was the lowest level of the week before. And price swept it. And after it swept it, it rocketed up. We took one move, we had a clear entry here. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful entry. I could have traded that all day long. Look at that ISC candle. Beautiful little entry there. If I replay that back, we've got countless setups. MSU setup there. Push, push, push. MSU. Enter on the engulfing, which is there. Stop below the low. First target off here. Second target off there. You know, that is, in terms of liquidity-based trading, that is really as good as it gets. And had I had that higher time frame bias in mind, I might not have, you know, held all these sells. I think what happened last week is that I was looking too much about the internal range. So the internal range was that high to that low, and then ultimately I was looking at that high to that low. But did these break any significant structure? No. They wicked the range liquidity and the weekly level in a bullish higher time frame range. It's so simple when you break it down like this. So it's been a big learning curve for me. It's a really frustrating week. Luckily, I kept my live account, which is great. That's all I care about. Yes, I did fail the trial. We still had a fantastic week ultimately. Other than that, all the other trades were perfect and where they need to be. But this is a big lesson for me. And for me now, I'm going to be looking at going short. Yes, I will have a look at a level from here. I think that's a key level we can be looking at. I'm assuming that's going to be a weekly level as well. Yeah, so we've got a weekly level there. Will I be going short? Absolutely will be going short, because now we're in a highest level from a, you know, a weekly area, so we'll definitely be looking at that one. But yeah, it's one of those. We move, we build from it, we get better at it. Won't be making the mistake again. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed this content. I try and be as honest, as open as I am with my trading. Head over to my Discord. Link is in my bio on Actionable Money Forex on my Instagram. And let's hope we get a better week and we have some more profits by the end of the week. Wish you all the best. Wish you all the profits. And I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.